Welcome back once again to this channel, English for All. Purdah 1. This is the poem that we are going to discuss in this video. If you are new into this channel, please subscribe it and share it. So now let's begin the poem Purdah, written by Imtiaz Dharker. Imtiaz Dharker was a Pakistani-born British writer. And in almost all her poems, we find a certain kind of revolt against the Islamic doctrine. Her revolting attitude is given a minute description in this poem. And here, the speaker has become the mouthpiece of all the women who are following the Purdah system due to the imposition of the patriarchal Muslim community. And here, Imtiaz Dharker is trying to expose the entire Muslim community, and she is trying to sketch a very beautiful picture of a woman to draw the attention of the Muslim patriarchal society. So let's begin the poem, and I hope that this will surely help you. So stay tuned to the last of the poem. One day they said, she was old enough to learn some shame. She found it came quite naturally. This is the first stanza of this poem. Just try to imagine a picture. The picture is of a girl aged between 14 or 15, and gradually she is growing towards its adolescent age. That means that after this age, the girl will no longer be a girl, rather she will be a woman. She will be a marriageable woman, and every male figure will try to have this girl as his own. So here the thing is that one day this woman who had just in his adolescent age has become quite developed. Her sexual organs are also quite well developed. So as a result, she needs to feel the same. Earlier, when she was a girl child, a merely girl child, she does not know what Purdah is, how to cover up her entire body. But now, whenever she has become developed, become grown, she needs to maintain the social decorum, the social Islamic decorum. So this girl is coming out one day, and whenever this girl is going out in the public, they said after watching her that this girl should learn to cover up her entire body. She found it came quite naturally. And on the other hand, whenever such type of remarks are coming towards the woman does not have the courage to protest. Rather, she takes their opinion, their remarks quite submissively, and therefore she does not find anything strange in their remark. That means that at the very beginning of the poem, we find that the patriarchal Muslim community, they are trying to suppress the freedom of the Muslim women community. Purdah is a kind of safety. The body finds a place to hide. This line is a really crucial one. This line is telling us something scientifically proven truth, but this is not at all acceptable to the Muslim community, to the Muslim women. Always the Muslim patriarchal community try to induce the thought in the women that Purdah is good for their safety. If the women remain in Purdah, they will really be safe. No one will try to look at them, no one will try to harm them. So always the patriarchal society impose the system of Purdah, impose the system of burqa or veil. The body finds a place to hide. Even they say that Purdah or burqa is a place where the women can cover up their entire body. So Purdah system is only a beneficial aspect for the woman. And this is the vogue, this is the opinion that the Muslim patriarchal society always try to induce in the woman. The cloth fans out against the skin, much like the earth that falls on coffin after they put dead man in. The thing is that here we find a comparison. I will explain to all of you. So simply we may say that the cloth fans out against the skin. So when a woman wears a veil or burqa, the entire veil or cloth or the burqa covers up her entire skin. So no part can be seen. And whenever this burqa is worn, what happens that the women figure feels a certain kind of suffocation, as if their voices are suppressed. They are not given the chance to speak out. And this very suppressive attitude is expressed with the dead body in a coffin. The dead man, he is now covered up in a coffin, and he does not have the capability to speak out. And even whenever the body is kept in a grave, he is covered up with the earth, with the soil. So here similarly we find that the women are becoming subjugated to the male figure, and it is because of the imposition of the Muslim doctrine on the women figure. People she has known stand up, sit down, as they have always done. Now those people whom the girl or the women know very well, whenever this girl goes out, always he has seen that those male figure or those patriarchal community, they always stand up. And why do they stand up? They try to look at the girl figure, how his figure is, how the movement of his limb is. So entire figure is watched by the male community. They sit as they have always done. Even they wait some places from where they can see the shape of the body of the woman. So here we find that this is actually a heinous act, that male figure is waiting for a girl to watch up. But on the other hand, we try to impose the rules and regulations on the female figure. We are not alleging the male figure, rather we are alleging the female figure. But they make different angles in the light, their eyes aslant a little sly. And whenever the woman or the girl figure is going from one place to another, men standing on the roadside, they try to have a very clear look of the girl. So therefore they make different kind of angle to find out the glimpse of the face, to find out the look of the girl. And as a result, they always try to look obliquely at the girl. Sometimes they look at the girl quite cunningly with a sexual desire. She half remembers things from someone else's life. So this female figure or this woman does not remember what is happening in somebody's life. So maybe sometimes a tincture of memory may remain in her mind, but she does not take seriously what others say to her. Perhaps from yours or mine, maybe she remembers only a bit of information from yours life or from others' life, but she is not at all serious in other people's affair, carefully carrying what we do not own. And she has a genital organ, and that the male does not have. So as a result, the female figure always feels a certain kind of shame for having the genital organ in her. Between the thighs, a sense of sin. And here, having the sexual organ between the thighs, she always feels a certain kind of sin in herself. Therefore, we always find in our society that to become a woman really a sin. That is why it is often said that to be a girl child is really a sin, because you have to obey all the rules and regulations imposed by the patriarchal society, and they will try to suppress you, they will try to subdue your own attitude, etc. But the male figure will never go to allege themselves. They never will consider themselves as responsible for the heinous crime. They will always consider the female figure as a responsible figure for any kind of heinous crime, any kind of sexual abuse, whatever we may call in our society. We sit still, letting the cloth grow a little closer to our skin. Now the woman figure, she sits silently, she bears all the oppression, and with the passage of the time, his clothes also grow a little closer to their skin. That means that the woman figure has become a fully developed figure. Earlier, those clothes which she used for veil or for a burqa, now this burqa has become quite short for her, and as a result the veil or the burqa has become closer to her skin. A light filters inward through our body's wall. Even the veil is so prominent, so thick that light does not reach to their skin. So filter means after getting through filter, the air reaches into the skin in little measure. So the expectation of having freedom is aligned to the women figure, and here this thing is said. Voices speak inside us, echoing in the place we have just left. The women have their voices, but they are suppressed under the veil. They cannot express out what they think. So as a result, their voices always reverberate within themselves, and this voice never comes out, echoing in the place where we have just left. And their voices are reverberating, their voices are echoing in those places where she was at a particular time, but she has left the place. As a result, the voice has also left with her. So no one is able to listen what she thinks, no one is willing to learn what she thinks, what she feels, etc. She stands outside herself, sometimes in all four corners of a room, sometimes in a room where there is none. She stands outside herself. That means that she comes out from his burqa, from his purdah, from his veil, sometimes in all four corners of a room, and she does so in a corner of a room. So here interestingly we must have to remember that the poet must have said in a room, but he is telling us that in a corner of a room. That means that the woman has given a little space to express his own self. Sometimes whenever there is no one, she comes out from his veil and speaks out whatever she thinks, but he does so only in a corner of a room. Wherever she goes, she is always inching past herself. So wherever she goes wearing the purdah, she always thinks that she is actually lagging behind. With the passage of time, our society has developed, but the Muslim community, especially the Muslim women, has not developed at all. Wearing the purdah, they always feel in themselves a certain kind of crunching condition, a crumbling condition, and they always try to come out from this condition, but unfortunately they cannot do. So as a result, the feelings that come to them is that they are actually retreating back, they are not developing at all. As if she were a clod of earth and rocks as well. And as a result, she thinks that she is nothing but a clod of earth. We all know that earth or a clod of earth can never move from one place to another. It remains stagnant in a particular place, as if the clod of earth has a root, just like the tree, and it is set up in a particular earth cave. So as a result, it does not move. And here the women is also considering themselves as nothing but a clod of earth, and it has a root, and it has deep root to be grounded in a particular place, searching for a hold between the first and the second rib. And this woman always searching for a hold. This woman is always trying to come out between the first and the second rib. So first and second rib means with the help of the fingers, he always try to come out. He always try to tear the veil and try to come out from their circumcised condition. But unfortunately, they cannot do, and this is because of their root. This is because of their engraved condition. They are deep rooted in our social norms, in our social constraint, and in our religious doctrine. So as a result, they are not developing at all, passing constantly out of her own hands. And she is now passing constantly from one place to another, and whenever she does so, he always tries to cover herself with her own hand. That means that she is actually suffocating herself to death into the corner of someone else's eyes. So whenever anyone is looking towards her, she always tries to cover her entire face with the help of her hand, while the doors keep opening inward and again inward. And here the inward, which we need to remember, inward door or inward is nothing but the inner will. While the doors keep opening inward within the body, the woman has willpower to come out, and she always tries to open the door to come out. She is always trying to break the shackles of the door to come out. So door is nothing but a certain kind of limitation. We always place a door in our houses so that no one can enter into our houses. So here the door that has been placed by the Muslim community in front of the women, the door is constantly in a blocked condition, and here the women are trying to open the door, and constantly they are doing it. The door is not a real door, rather it is a metaphorical door.